This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
Welcome one and all. Bienvenue to the great city of Montreal. Week 9 continues tonight. Two teams fired up, two teams pumped up, and tonight two teams mic'd up on Friday Night Football.
Got that right, and this guy comes in super hot. The man on the left, Cody Fajardo, got his team 3 straight wins, looking for his 4th. Enoch Mwamba, telling you, having one of the finest, sweetest middle linebacker seasons of his career. They're both mic'd up. They're going to get up close and personal. And these two, Antonio Pipkin, 5.5+ games on the shelf, and he's got to get better than he was last week when Vernon Adams went down. And the guy that's going to try to make him have happy feet all night long, Solomon Elimimian, middle linebacker, who's getting everybody in the right spots for the Saskatchewan defense this year. One of the greatest tacklers in CFL history. Riders tonight will return. Montreal won the flip. Marcus Thigpen is back. The guy who booms the biggest kickoffs in the Canadian Football League is going to get us kick-started here. 3-3 Owls, the 4-3 Saskatchewan Roughriders, who have won 3 straight. Luchez Purifoy gathers it in near the 25, and it's up near the 33-yard line for a 26-yard return. And out of the chute, out of the gate, Canada, Cody Fajardo, who now has the keys to the green and white car. Sure does. He's not relinquishing those keys or the steering wheel. In fact, he's just taking it and riding with it. He can't ride no more.
361, ex-Cali Hawk, Zeke Crow on one-on-one. Ready?
27-year-old from Brea, California. University of Nevada. Sends out receivers and comes out chucking to Naaman Roosevelt. I really like where he spotted that football. Let's meet this offense. Some of the guys, and number 1 target, Shaq Evans. Boy, glad to see him back in the lineup. Lit up last week for $160. And then you got on the offensive line, Dan Clark, who looks every bit offensive lineman. He's all taped up, duct taped, and he's in control of that offensive line. First play, first down for Saskatchewan. They'll hand it off to William Powell. He's had a good year so far, his first with the Roughriders. John Bowman, he's like wine, just gets sweeter with age. And a nice wine. Yeah, and a nice wine. And I'm not even a wine drinker, I'm drinking some Bowman. Enoch Mwamba, he's just special in the middle. Absolutely love the way he's playing and taking control of that defense on the back end. Deontay Evans, first ever 2 career interception game last week against Ottawa. Riders, number 1 in the CFL on second down conversions, but not this time. They are short. Patrick Levels, 3rd in the CFL in tackles, stops that drive in its tracks. Yeah, it's his 42nd tackle of the year, and Patrick Levels has done pretty much everything in his short CFL career.
Just like we thought. Okay. Shaq got outside, lifted. Campbell throttled. Okay. And we had Corey coming. It looked like. I mean, I don't see it from the inside. I just saw a lot of dudes drop off.
And getting coached up by Steve Walsh on the sidelines there. The young quarterback, Cody Fajardo, getting some pretty solid advice from his quarterback's coach. Sean Ryan down to Shakir Ryan, who's got lots of speed. In the year of the return, here goes Ryan. Goodbye, Ryan. Shakir's going to score. This year has been crazy on returns. 17th kick return for a touchdown. Shakir Ryan, 0 to 100 real quick. Fans are eating this up. Tit for tat. Last week they got burned a couple of times, and Mickey O'Donovan just really has his teams locked in from the get-go here. And that is Shakir Ryan taking it to the house, erasing the ugly memories of last week's loss to Ottawa, where their defense was lit up for 2 of those. Outstanding job. That's the way to right a wrong in a hurry for the Alouettes. The year of many happy returns continues. The latest from Shakir Ryan. Janarian Grant with 2 last night. Boris Beatty, his extra point is missed.
But 6 are on the board, thanks to Shakir Ryan, who last year in his first game with the Hamilton Tiger Cats had a return for a touchdown. Shakir, welcome to Montreal. They're going to love this guy in La Belle Provence.
Mickey Donovan, special teams coach, has got his guys dialed in. He was in his football team and the special teams, and you got guys just sucked up on their men downfield. Look at Kovalchuk right here. That is a good 3 seconds into the play. He's got to stay with his man, and then the cut back there, and it's to the races. The speed kicks in, and Shakir Ryan is to the house. That is exactly what the doctor ordered for this special teams unit as a whole. Montreal out quickly on top.
Happy birthday to you. On Sunday, Shakir Ryan, early birthday present, will be 24. Just went 100 yards. His second ever CFL touchdown. Last year had one for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Only his second game with the Owls and the first return touchdown since Steph Logan. In this year, we've been trying to make rhyme or reason of why we've had so many. There are probably a lot of reasons. Here's one. These guys are dang fast.
They are fast. And I love what Craig Dickinson said yesterday. He simply said that the National Football League is basically taking the kicking game out of the equation down there. Kicking the ball out of the back of the end zone, no kickoff returns. So those guys are just kind of gravitating towards the North game in Canada, and we're loving it.
Little end around here. Haran Moore runs for almost 10. Enoch Mwamba, former #1 pick, mic'd up tonight.
You know what they call that? They call that speaking with your shoulder pads.
Yes, it is. Former Bomber, former Rough Rider.
Green 18! Green 18!
First and 10 again. Fajardo, quick hitter. Roosevelt dropped it. Great defense from Tommy Campbell, the veteran.
Yeah, we saw in the first series he threw the same pass and he threw it the upfield shoulder. This time he doesn't get it on the upfield shoulder enough, and ball's broken out by Tommy Campbell.
Here we go, quads right, 60. W-Y, Harry Robbins, Z-Die, X-Hatchet, that's through on 1-on-1, ready?
Just went right down the line, Rod, and told everybody what they had to do.
Green 18! Green 18!
Second and 10, Fajardo. Pocket collapses, look out. Here comes the pressure from Campbell. Fajardo steps out of bounds. And once again, John Ryan will come out to punt it back.
Damn, I could have got that over.
Shakir Ryan once again will go back. Might we see another night like we saw last night or a week ago? Devontae Dedman had 2 last week.
You can't keep up with him. It's just absolutely bizarre. And I was talking to Mickey Donovan, special teams coordinator for Montreal, before the ball game, and I said, boy, I know you've been busy this week. He says, you got that right. I said, but the saving grace is all the other special team coordinators in the league are in the same boat.
Well, it's the best and worst of 2 worlds. Special team coordinators are loving the returns when it's for them.
Yeah.
But they are hating it when it's against them.
Oh, it's just phenomenal, the talent and the speed and the just dedication and teamwork that we see when that happens in the return game. And it doesn't take much for the cover units for a breakdown. One guy, 2 guys get out of place. And you talk to these coaches and the other 10 or 11 guys don't matter.
Go! 180!
Antonio Pipkin's first start since game 1. Injured, knocked out, was pipped by injury, and Vernon Adams came in, and Vernon Adams out of the lineup this week after that hit to the head last week.
Yeah, those numbers look pretty good there. Overall, he's got to improve on them, and the way you start there is with your feet. He's got to settle those down.
Second and 5.
Toes, black scat.
Changing everything up.
I like how he's commanding that cadence.
Pipkin goes over the top, crossing pattern for Quan Bray. So a very quick 2-and-out first series for Pipkin since week 1.
Yeah, Derek Moncrief was in trail position there, had that receiver well covered. He's not picking that first down up regardless if the pass was on the money. Antonio's got to be better than that. That's just a dump down.
Hey,
got to give your receiver a chance.
Hey.
So now Boris Bede will boot it back to the Riders, and equally lethal at returns, Marcus Thigpen, who has a kick return already this year, 7 career.
He got room, Figgy.
They corral him very quickly on a 50-yard kick. A 6-0 lead right now. Flag on the field. We'll catch up when we come back to Friday Night Football. And is brought to you by the Nissan Titan, official vehicle of the Canadian Football League. Beautiful night for football on the island, on the hill at McGill University, Percival Molson Stadium.
Here we go, we got a kill. We're going quads right, yeah, it's 48 stone, X-Hammer killed a Suzuki 2 on the kill, ready?
I just love the sound of that play. Suzuki kill.
Hey, let it roll, let it roll. Let it roll, let it roll. Fire, fire! Hurry, hurry, shit!
William Powell made one miss, but John Bowman, the vet, that fine wine. I said it was a nice wine, not to quarterbacks and running backs.
Yeah, got that right. Rather have a beer. Yeah, that was foot actually that had penetration that forced the running back.
W deep Robin block, Z SoCal on 1-on-1, ready?
SoCal.
Another second down
318!
from their 21. Dumps it down to William Powell. Squirming his way to the 28. Chris Aki there for the tackle, and again, that's the best the Riders will do. And one theme that we've also noticed is Montreal's defense in opening quarters is dynamite.
Yeah, they're just going to rush 3 here, and actually the middle defender right here, he's going to drop back, so rushing 2. He's spying, and they've got this sorted out. And you can see him trying to get off his block right now, and that's just a nice play by Chris Aki getting in there, disrupting that screen pass.
Regina native, Super Bowl champion John Ryan, veteran back in his hometown. This is just a gigantic kick down to Ryan again, another cutback, but he's chopped down. 56-yarder from the vet, a 6-zip game. Well, Antonio Pipkin, who had a number of starts last year, his record 2-3, 8 interceptions versus 4 touchdowns, was the guy who started the season in Edmonton and again went down with injury. Vernon Adams came in, had success, and then of course last year was knocked out of the ball game and onto the sideline. We had a chance to sit down and talk with Antonio yesterday. Still has a lot of confidence, but admitted he still has to shake some rust off.
Yeah, and he talked about his feet.
180!
Got to settle those down.
180!
Pipkin sends out everybody and fires up near the 50. Quan Bray loses his helmet, comes up with the football, and comes up smiling.
Yeah, this is exactly what he wanted to work on. Monday was a terrible practice, but watch his feet here. Watch how settled they are, and he goes in his drop back. 1, 2, 3, hop, and stick it out there with his strong arm, putting it on the money. That's what he wants to do. Last week, he never got his feet settled, and he seemed skittish. We call it happy feet, and he really concentrated on that on Tuesday and Wednesday, had better practices, and it showed right there.
Came in relief of Adams last week, and again,
back in my element now.
You heard him.
Love that.
Yeah,
Back
sometimes
in
it
his
just
element.
takes one pass.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Saskatchewan number 28, a 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the play and a first down.
Luchez Purifoy flagged for unnecessary roughness.
Here we go. 22 tough. P Black Joey Shade.
Yeah, this is
coming in late.
Yeah, that's late.
First touch for Jeremiah Johnson. Veteran running back, longtime BC Lion, now with the Owls.
Yeah, and you got to love me some Jeremiah Johnson. You know, you've got Thunder, who's down this week, and then you got Lightning. He gives you a little bit more out of the backfield catching the ball, and he is certainly great in protection. And then you got Sugar. This cat was playing for Saskatchewan week 1. He's been out the last 5 weeks. He gets a start, third straight different right tackle for Montreal.
There's a ball. Pipkin was rocked, picked up, and Earl O'Kine is going to score on a hellacious hit off the edge. Antonio Pipkin lost the ball. Touchdown, Saskatchewan. Derek Moncrief coming off the edge.
BAT, let's go.
He still has no idea what hit him, and he's coming right here, straight into the rib cage of Antonio Pipkin. He never saw him, never looked that way. Pip takes the shot, and the ball goes flying, and first-year player, big Earl O'Kine. If you hadn't seen this guy, you looking at him right there, you see him just grab that football, and it looks like a pea in his hands because he's 6'7", 290 pounds, and he is a specimen off the edge, filling in for a depleted defensive line of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, getting the job done there.
What a shot. What a turnaround. And a team that hasn't forced as many fumbles, certainly, created as many turnovers as they normally do. Craig Dickinson talked with us yesterday, said you've got to trust it, that it's going to come. And they create a turnover in this first quarter. And it leads to a huge touchdown. And the Riders have the lead. First fumble recovery of the season for Saskatchewan. Moncrief with a hit. O'Kine, the scoop and the score. Former Super Bowl champion, as a matter of fact, Earl O'Kine.
Former offensive lineman, switched over when he was stints in the National Football League. Played O-line at the University of Arkansas and 3 years at UNLV. He's a specimen at 6'7", 290. Now a defensive end. He's a force off the edge, and he was Johnny on the spot there. One-handed it and took it to the house.
That's what I thought. I thought I would be.
Scoop and score. Derek Moncrief making that happen, untouched.
Let's go all fucking day. Let's go. Hey, let's go.
Antonio Pipkin, I'm sure, trying to dust himself off after that. I'm surprised he was able to walk off that field.
They got to take the middle.
That is an enormous.
How quickly the worm turns.
Wow.
You know, we heard him talking about, I'm in my comfort zone now, and then bam,
back in my element.
Ball, and you don't know what hit you.
Shakir Ryan trying to shoot the gap. Cam Judge, his 6th special teams tackle of the season. And back come the Alouettes offense. And I can tell you one thing, Antonio Pipkin's going to be watching that blind side for sure.
Well, it wasn't even his blind side.
It wasn't.
And
he was looking the other way.
That's what ended my career. Took one just like that. And you would think you'd be able to see it, but your eyes are so focused, and then it's lights out.
Go! 180! 180 to that!
Read option play. Jeremiah Johnson.
Let's go!
Swallow up number 24.
Yeah, you heard me talk about the changes out front. You know, you got Charleston Hughes, the lone survivor up there, as you got Micah Johnson, Zach Evans, and AC Leonard out of the lineup. But these guys, Jeremy Falk and McKenna Henry, and you saw the guy doing his job with the touchdown. Solomon Elamimian, I think he's going to be just fine with those 4 guys in front of him. He's making it happen. And McCray, first-year player from Ottawa's got the corner locked down.
Another blitz. Pipkin unloads and tunnels, and could be a pick 6. Flag is down. McCray down first CFL interception. L.J. McCray. But there is a flag down. Will this
Major
stick?
foul. Roughing the passer.
No, it
Saskatchewan number 39. Hits to the head. Automatic first down. 15-yard penalty.
CFL sack leader Charleston Hughes. Late hit and a hit to the head. Well, they were bringing the house.
Yeah, and he's right here, and he's coming. Yeah, he goes up top. He comes down with those hands to his face, and I saw Andre Prue, and Charleston's begging that it wasn't because he knows how big of a play that was on the back end. He's not going to win that argument with Andre Prue because Andre saw his hands come into the quarterback's face, and that's all it takes.
Is that something out? Hey. Red Cowboy.
Inside 5 minutes, opening quarter.
Hey.
Charbel DeBarre. And one of the newcomers out of Wagner College, but a Toronto native. 5th round pick is down. 1-point ball game. A lot of hitting going on.
All right. Anything?
Well, this is what you need if you're a Saskatchewan Roughrider defensive player. You need a scoop and score, and this is what you get. Coming off the edge right here. He's going to do the damage. And then it's O'Kine, Earl O'Kine, the first-year player from Florida. Just pick it up with one hand and get to the house. Big boy. Offensive linemen are athletes, too. Converted to D-line. And then here, watch this. This is a jailbreak. You're going to see Moncrief come here. Here comes Edom. Here comes Elamimian. They're all coming. They got 8 doing a dance here in the backfield with Antonio Pipkin. And they're coming in waves. Moncrief flies by. And here comes Charleston Hughes. There's a slap to the face. That's what Andre Prue saw. And this is where we stand.
What is that?
Handing it off to Johnson, following a good block. Jeremiah Johnson has some room. Flag down near the 36. Andre Prue is our referee tonight. And this looks like it's coming back.
What they call? Hey, we good? Hey, we good. Let's
Prior 2 yards being gained. Holding. Montreal number 55. A 10-yard penalty, and we'll replay first down.
Settle in.
Landon Rice in the ball game.
Montreal team that
I don't see him out there. There he is.
There he is.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Let's go. 32 Tiefling, Q Red Scat, Dolphin Circus on red. Ready. Kick Cougar.
Eagle Cougar.
I got him. 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 What ain't he? What ain't that?
Solomon Elamimian watching Jeremiah Johnson, spies him and trying to catch him now. And nobody was able to get him until he got a first down. Jeremiah Johnson, the dancing machine, for 22.
Thunder's down, Lightning steps up. Jeremiah Johnson, this is what he gives you. A little bit added extra edge and ability out of the backfield. Flying cross motion. Solly said he's got him. He passes him off because they're playing zone coverage. That's what you want to call the screen into, and that's what they get. And Jeremiah Johnson picks his way to a first down.
Go! 180!
Relishing the moment. Ryder Stone now in the backfield. Play action. Turning in a one-hopper to Quan Bray. Incomplete. Will be second down. Jeremiah Johnson, who comes to Montreal, team that used to have Terrell Sutton, Brandon Rutley. Now it's Thunder and Lightning, and Johnson provides a little bit of both, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This number right here at the receiving yards, I think that's what kind of separates him right now from standback, just as far as what he gives you. Now, William, we know he's a beast in the middle, and so is Jeremiah, but he's got a little bit more of an edge coming out of the backfield and ability that way.
And more experience as well. Pipkin, pocket closes, could take off if he wants. Then dumps it off. It was deflected. Close to a first down. Looks like they'll be short. on a bit of a broken play, but somehow Spencer Moore, the fullback, former Saskatchewan Roughrider, part of their Grey Cup team in 2013. And it's going to be 3rd and inches, it looks like.
Yeah, just indecision there, and a great play by Derek Moncrief, who's just all over the football field right now, disrupts that, and Sally comes and finishes it, along with a little help from Mike Eda.
3rd down, quick to the line of scrimmage. Flags fly. Might have been lined up offside just to begin with. Did not give a yard off, and so it's likely against Saskatchewan.
Offside, Saskatchewan, number 95. 5-yard penalty, result in a 1st down.
Earl O'Con, you know, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt, but that's the big difference up here. And that was big Earl, LeVar Edwards, right in the middle. Talking about some beasts. You got to watch the conditioning of these guys too, because they're not used to this fast-paced game. And if Montreal starts stacking a few plays, that should rear its ugly head. These guys just sucking the paint off the field.
180.
Jeremiah Johnson in the backfield again. Low snap. Pipkin. Now he's got to run. He's got to throw it away. And he threw it into the arms of the Roughriders. And it's Derek Moncrief.
This is an unbelievable catch. In fact, it's a catch. You can take a close look at it, but Moncrief is off and running tonight.
Monstrous 1st quarter. Moncrief, the hitter. Moncrief, the picker.
The Cowboys riding tonight. Watch this. Oh, he just slings it. He undercuts it. See if he gets his hands up underneath this. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yes.
That is clean.
To take a closer look. Did he trap it at all?
Dickey said that.
Oh, boy, I don't know. I think that and they're going to review that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's going to be overturned. Now you see it close up. That looked definitely like it was trapped on the turf. Right there.
That's one hell of an effort, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, both hands were kind of grasping for it, and the ball's bouncing back up to him between the 4 and the 2. Then he secures it. Yeah, I think that's going to be overturned. It's an auction, Derek. I think you're going back out there.
Every turnover and scoring play.
After review by the command center.
Reviewed.
The pass hit the ground before it was intercepted. The ruling on the field is overturned. It's going to be 2nd down Montreal.
Well, I know he's not happy about that.
I think he was doing some good acting on the sideline.
Well, the eye in the sky don't lie most of the time. But Antonio Pipkin got away with one right there, because that is something you can't do. Playing in the team's hands, force an issue, compounding a mistake. The mistake was on a bad snap. You're flushed, and now you're throwing off your back foot. Can't get anything on it. You can't do that.
Let's go.
Well, 2 potential interceptions. One taken away by penalty, one by review. Drive continues.
Go! You! Hey, Chuck! 180! 180!
Pipkin with time now. Throws it right into a traffic jam. Jeremiah Johnson basically got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard more. Clock ticks under 2 in this opening frame. So that will bring out the kick team. Boris Bede, chance to give the Owls the lead. Bo Bede, native of France. 14 of 17 on the season. Almost from the 38. And this one is wide. He misses it. They get the point. The Rouge and Bo Bede struggling here. Missed a point after, missed a field goal, but that ties the game at 7s. Well, a week ago, Alouettes against the Ottawa Redblacks, and Vernon Adams went down on this play. J.R. Tavai with a late hit. Adams went out of the game and he's out tonight. With more on Vernon Adams and that hit, let's go to John Liu on the sideline.
Well, thank you, Rod. And in addition to the league fining J.R. Tavai for that blindside head hit on Vernon Adams that put him into concussion protocol this week, the league also apologized, phoned up Kahari Jones to apologize for missing the call. Now, the problem with the problem being, of course, that Sorry does not bring Vernon Adams back into action any sooner than that, but Jones is hoping that the league will make amends by ensuring that no further errors in judgment are committed in that regard. But the good news regarding Adams is that he did take part in practice informally Wednesday and Thursday, and his running mate Antonio Pipkin believes that Adams will be ready to return to the practice field come next Tuesday, guys.
Yeah, had a feeling that hit was an egregious one last week. Not intentional by any stretch from J.R. Tavai, but you can't hit anybody in the head. Simple. Especially the quarterback.
Yeah, don't know intention. That was close. And you just want to err on the side of caution.
So good drive here for Saskatchewan. Aaron Moore with a catch and a run, and now Fajardo pulls it back and delivers to Naaman Roosevelt. Taylor Loeffler with a lick.
Yeah, this is a shot, the play that we start this series off. Watch this dart thrown by Cody Fajardo right over the middle. It's a nice spotted ball and a big play. And a little yak afterwards for you.
And then this hit by Loeffler. Back in the lineup again, missed a couple of games. Boy, that's what he's done. Made a living off of that.
Rib fest.
Now Marcus Thigpen has the edge and is upended, but has the first down on the final play of the opening quarter. A quarter you might call explosive. Explosive plays. Pads are popping. Pain is in the building. And we had another return in the year of the return. And we had a return on a fumble recovery. Will return for the second quarter on Friday Night Football after this.
This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
Here are the numbers. Really the numbers in this one, two big plays. One, a kickoff return by Shakir Ryan, 100 yards. Touchdown, and a touchdown for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, their first fumble recovery of the season. We might be in for more of that tonight.
Yeah, if you're quarterback in this ball game, you got to feel out each and every game, and this is one where you just got to keep the car on the road. Just don't crash it, because you're getting help from your defense and special teams, and you just don't want to make that mistake. So we saw the young Antonio Pipkin get away with the mistake on a ball that we thought was going the other way by Derek Moncrief, but he got a reprieve, and they thought they were going to get points out of it. And Boris Beatty struggles tonight. He's missed a PAT and now a field goal.
See if those points come back to haunt the Alouettes. Marcus Thigpen, John Bowman, 37 years young. Here's a team that has a league low, just 5 sacks, but that's a deceiving number because they're in the backfield a whole lot, that front line.
Yeah, no question. They are just flat. Here he comes. I believe he's right here off the edge. That's where he lives. He's been doing a pretty good job of it. 14 years from Wingate. He's doing a little hurdle there. He's getting out there. He's attacking one of the fastest running backs in the Canadian Football League. Goes sideline to sideline, and then letting the Saskatchewan bench know about it.
Second and 15, Fajardo. Oh, look at that. Fastball pitch. That is the windmill shovel pass up the middle for Corey Watson.
Yeah, and
you play fastball? Watch this.
Yeah, this is fun, right? You enjoy these plays, just a little inside screen to Watson, and that big man goes and tries to pick up the first down. Got close, 2 yards shy. That's what you want to do. You don't want to force the issue. Good, clean
solid, simple play to execute there, almost picking up the first down.
Here's the rookie, Gabe Ferraro. That one splits the uprights. 10-7 Saskatchewan. So now the Owls get the ball back. Antonio Pipkin back in the huddle, back behind center. And what Kahari Jones wants to see is confidence.
Red scat Hank. You have to go out there with a certain amount of confidence every time that you step out on the field, and I didn't see that in the quarterback play. And I don't want them to allow me or anyone else to take that away from them. They put the work in, they've done the things that they need to do. Now just go out and play football.
Go!
Well, now that assignment goes to Matthew Schultz, backup quarterback, and throws it over the middle. And Spencer Moore, the former Rider, has another catch. He's matched his catches already for the season tonight.
And yeah, this is just, Matthew sees it quickly, sets his feet, throws a dart, and lets his big receiver do the rest. And if you're a quarterback, listen to Kahari Jones there, he's absolutely right. You got to play with confidence. This won't help his confidence at all, being on the bench watching Matthew Schultz play the game now.
Now you wonder if Pipkin's okay, but Schultz comes in, hands it off to Jeremiah Johnson, and they have a lot of confidence in Matthew Schultz as well.
No question, and he's a big kid that goes about 6'3", and he wouldn't still be here if they didn't have confidence in him. But I can tell you that Derek Moncrief and company on that defensive side of Saskatchewan really put a kink in Antonio Pipkin's armor there in that first quarter.
Helmet's still on for Pipkin. Maybe a chance to watch here.
Go!
2nd and 4.
180.
Schultz, the former Butler Bulldog, steps back, delivers back to Moore, and Spencer Moore is suddenly the weapon. And Spencer Moore might be seeing some of the reps with scout teams at times.
Absolutely, number 2 guy throwing to a guy that's not, usually typically on the football field, but in special situations. But this is a well-run route for him, and he finds a soft spot out there in the area outside, and Schultz finds him again.
Solly giving chase. So Spencer Moore, 3 catches tonight, had 2 the entire season. Now Jeremiah Johnson. Oh, a head-on collision with McCray. Now 2nd and manageable.
That's North Carolina meeting Oregon right there. That's where Kataba's from, and that's where McCray played his ball, and he meets Oregon right there, Johnson, and just stops him dead in his tracks, looking at 2nd and 3 right here. Boy, that's football at its finest there. No fear.
There's some hitting going on tonight.
Hey, 15, 180. 180.
Al's down 3. Schultz, that one up and off. Chris Normand.
What are we doing?
And Matthew Schultz, who will stay on to hold for Boris Baiting.
And this is what you're designed to do. Solomon's going to blitz, and you're going to throw right to that area which he came from, and Christoph just can't find it. He can't locate it. That's tough to do. That's a tough catch. You're coming out of tight end formation. You're snapping your head around. The ball's on you, behind you, and high. Tough to get your hands on it. Schultz would like to have that one back.
Baiting needs a correction here in a big way. He's missed a point after and a field goal. Schultz the hole, Baiting the kick. I'm not sure. This one just hooks in. And you heard Matthew Schultz also saying to Normand, catch it. You might not have heard it because he used a little provocative language.
Well,
10-10.
Throw me a better ball.
The scene is getting crowded. I'ma ride my own way. I don't need your approval. I'ma go my own way. Ride my own. Ay, 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 ay.
Back here at Percival Molson Stadium. Great crowd here. Good vibe back in Montreal again. They're loving this Exciting young team. Right now, it looks like Matthew Schultz.
Yeah.
It's the guy
He's turning it. Set on! Green 18!
who will be at quarterback. Cody Fajardo for the Riders. 10-10 game, another shovel to William Powell. What a cutback by Powell. Another flag comes down as Powell picked up the first down.
Before yards were gained, holding. Saskatchewan number 67. A 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
5 bar. 5 bar. Here we go. Trips right tight. Fake 61. W crane. R option cat on 1-on-1. Ready?
Double tight ends for the Riders, and Fajardo steps up, cuts back, and Cody Fajardo, who can do a lot of this, looking for the sideline. Takes a hard hit. John Bowman.
He said not good.
Bowman nicked up, and so too Fajardo, but back at it.
This is a severe cut. You know, this is nice because they're closing in on him from 3 different angles, and he just plants his right foot there and redirects, and he decides that he's going to go get the first down on this run alone, and there's the brunt of that. Chris Aki driving that left shoulder into the ground.
Stays in, though. Fajardo, high toss, looking for Roosevelt, incomplete. Cody Fajardo nicked up, but like last week, remember, rolled his ankle and still led his team to the game-winning touchdown. Nothing was going to take him out of that ball game last week.
Just tremendous run, outrunning one of the best corners in the league.
Spread right, Rob.
Delvin Bro to the pylon.
750, Y Snake, W Deep Robin, our bump Reno X Dog on 1-on-1.
Got that, Rod?
I think so.
Yeah.
Check speed. Green 18.
Three-man rush. Fajardo. Far side. Oh, great defensive play. Deontay Evans takes it away from Kyran Moore.
Yeah, this is a long throw. It's about a 50-yard bullet from Fajardo. People don't think he has an arm. He put that right where he needed to be. And if Deontay Evans isn't there in really tight coverage, that's a first down completion and a hell of a throw. Deontay Evans, better defensive play, batting that ball down.
Those additions to the Alouettes D.
Low brick.
Evans levels the Grey Cup champs, and Taylor Loeffler. What a difference. Schultz is ready to go.
Chris Aki comes back in the mix as well.
Look at this kick. Greg Reed this time. Reed now kicks it outside. Greg Reed steamrolls John Ryan. And another exciting return, not the distance. But Greg Reed brings it back 41 yards.
Fans appreciative of this effort right here. John Ryan doing what he can do, turning him back inside, getting a little help there late from LaFrance.
Friday night, great night to double dip.
Double dip
coming up after this.
Take 2 of those.
Trevor Harris up against a guy he used to throw footballs to. First game against the Red Blacks. Eskimos, 10 Eastern, coming up right after this one on Friday Night Football. 3-4 meets 4-3 at the Brickfield and Commonwealth. And that Ottawa team getting a win against these Owls in overtime last week.
Go!
Much needed. Had lost 4 in a row. Matthew Schultz continues to go. This is a guy who was working at Ernst & Young, got the call from Montreal a couple of years ago.
Hey, good.
Tried his hand in the NFL, didn't make it, comes north, and
Field left.
hey, might be a time
Here we go.
to
Here we go.
rise
We got
and
field
shine.
left. 23, Black Jet, Circus, Dirt, Black, ready? What you got? Okay. Yep, mate, 15. Go! Yep. 180!
Al's 2 of 7 on second downs. Look out. Pummeled. Picked up. And another scoop and score. Charleston Hughes, you're going to score a touchdown. Cameron Judge laid the beat down on Schiltz. And then Charleston Hughes pulled an Earl O'Kine.
Just one of those games. You just got to be conscious. This almost looked like he was offsides. He got such a great start. He's coming right here scot-free, much like we saw Moncrief get to it and O'Kine scoop it up. And there's Cameron Judge. Just incredible. I love this kid. He's been on fire this year, really feeling it for the Saskatchewan defense and unabated to the quarterback. Schiltz doesn't see him coming, much like Pipkin didn't feel Moncrief coming in the first one, and then Hughes picks it up this time, and watch O'Kine go and get a block for him, and Schiltz is on his horse, and he almost gets him right there at the end. That's just a heck of an effort. So many people on the football field making that play there, starting with Cameron Judge.
Third time Charleston Hughes has been able to score a touchdown on a fumble recovery. He's trying to chase down that sack squad in front of him. Cameron Judge, Montreal, Quebec native, and UCLA, and another miss. And Boris, another miss tonight. Boris Bede missed earlier.
That's right.
And now Gabe Ferrero misses here. It's been kind of a strange night that way. It's been a strange night all around.
It's just like not completing the deal there when you don't get the convert afterwards. It's like having a sandwich and not any mustard on it or something. Come on,
or beer or
finish the deal.
Or no beer.
Well, there
dessert.
you go. Cameron Judge, third-year player from UCLA, born right here in Quebec. He gets on his horse, unabated, boom, strips the ball. Charleston Hughes, watch O'Kine's effort. He sees Cunningham coming, he gets him. That's not the only effort on this play. Watch Matthew Schiltz, one little desire, little wherewithal, get up. He knows what's going on. He gets on his horse and he tries to chase down Charleston Hughes, just a little too late right there. Tries to pop the ball out. Matthew Schiltz trying to turn the tables. Can't get it done.
Well, the only majors we've had tonight have all been returns. 2 fumble returns, 1 kick return. Ryder Stone, and yes, more nylon. Another flag down at the 30 on the return. Charleston Hughes comes back at it. How about Cameron Judge? By the way, born in Montreal, raised in Southern California, Thousand Oaks, California.
Yep. And having a heck of a year. Just really comfortable at that weak side line.
Holding. Montreal number 20. A 10-yard penalty enforced from the 30-yard line. First down, Montreal.
And he's really comfortable in this Jason Shivers defensive system right now.
Trio. Yep.
You got Moncrief, Solly, and Judge. And they're going to work as a linebacker.
21 tight. Red X, Jackie O, Callie, J Seam, red, ready? Red,
Matthew Schiltz.
21 tight. Hey, go.
Dusts himself off too. Double tight end set. Pulls it back. Read option. Has to tuck it now and take it, and he's got the first down.
That was sneaky. That was a sneaky 10 yards right there. I was talking to Henry last week in the studio, or a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about how you pumped it as long as possible, sometimes 5-6 yards over the line of scrimmage, because the defenders sometimes don't know where that LOS is, and it's kind of what Schiltz did right there and snuck 10 yards out there.
Here we go, 22, red F Jill, red, ready?
He's probably glad for that short play call there.
Go! 180!
Turn, hand, Johnson. Guy who wears number 24, he said, because he wanted to go to work 24/7.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he's a multifaceted back, quite the character.
Here we go, hey. Move 40 tight. Black Rock, F Lucy, T lead. Black, ready?
I'm waiting for Jeremiah to get in the end zone so I can see him dance.
Hasn't had a dance this year, a guy who dances a lot.
180.
Key second down. And 8. The other way. Spencer Moore again. Bashing and crashing. Cameron Judge, the tackle. Maybe a couple yards shy.
That's his 4th catch tonight. And he's having a career night considering he only had 8 catches all the last season.
Tights, get him one. Safety out. Hey, he's out. Let's go tight top. Tight top. Key of the football.
So they are going to boot it.
Key of the ball. Key of the ball.
Greg Dickinson.
He's just alerting them, just wanting them to keep eyes because they don't want to fake here in 3rd and 2.
Special teams coordinator for so many years, first-year head coach.
And a great coach he is. He was on my staff in 04 as a running backs coach, and he made his living for many years, over a decade, as special teams coordinator. It's fantastic. Love to see him getting his head coaching job. He's got his teams rolling right now.
Big Pen sandwiched, 3:41 to go before halftime.
You're thinking what? Hey, Sean, you're thinking that inside dive play, right? Hey, good job, defense. Matt, eyes on 80, right? Eyes on 80. Micah, you're thinking stop that 30 wedge, right? That was it again on the damn kickoff return. 6 and 0 are freaking getting pinned in.
You got big space right there.
Huge space.
They got bit the more down for him.
I heard them. Hey, Brian Bennett.
The coverage of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Northern Trust. 3rd round action tomorrow, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on TSN. Week 9 continuing tonight. Riders riding high, 3 straight wins. Montreal coming off a loss last week. First game of our doubleheader. A Hall of Fame game tomorrow. And the hammer is Powell. Meets up with practically the entire defense.
Yeah, it's just his 3rd carry of the night. We're almost in a 3-minute warning in the first half.
Away Arizona. Away Arizona. Buster. Away Arizona. Arizona. Hey.
Enoch Mwamba, former Rider. These Riders, by the way, came in tonight, Matty. #1 first down yardage, #1 second down conversion. They're only 1 for 6 tonight on second downs. Key one here for Fajardo. Fires a bullet, and they're saying it's a catch. Roosevelt walks the tightrope on the far side. It's a first down. 2:37 to go before halftime. 3-minute warning on the field. They'll look at this. Whoa, so close. Friday night football continues from Montreal. Coming up, Ram at the half in 2:37. Rod and the boys. Backstreet Boys. Look at those guys looking dapper tonight. Milt always looking dapper. I know you miss those guys when you're not there. You'll be with them tomorrow in the Hammer.
Yeah, we'll be on location.
Weekend, Hall of Famer.
I'm looking forward to seeing that class. I mean, a whole bunch of old bald guys, you know, on the panel and going into the Hall of Fame tomorrow.
1st and 10. Roosevelt, yeah, we'll be there tomorrow at Tim Hortons Field, and what a class. John Cornish leading it off, gets in immediately.
Back there. Yeah.
Then Swervin Mervin, Terry Ernie Pitts, David Williams, you played with, Jim Hobson, terrific builder in Saskatchewan, and Frank Smith, who only has a stadium named after him.
There they are. Got Frank in the right, John in the middle, Hobson on the left, and then you got Mervin, David, and Terry in the back.
2nd and inches. They're honoring them tonight in Hamilton. They'll see them again tomorrow, and what a class.
You could win a lot of ball games with those guys right there, and I did. I did. I just love to have Terry and Mervin, John in the backfield. That's just that's a great class.
Most outstanding players, receivers, builders, runners.
Knew the way to find the end zone.
Yeah, scores, Hall of Famers, and there, Fajardo. Patrick levels Fajardo. And that is only the first sack of the night for the Alouettes and their 6th of the season. And that came off the edge. Fajardo didn't see him coming.
Yeah, and it's just the 2nd sack of the season. He's right here, and watch him come with the purpose off the edge. Oh, that's a good hit, too. Wrapped him up. That's a big quarterback levels. He's played Wildcat quarterback for Roosevelt High School in Dallas, Texas back in the day. Showing his versatility.
2nd and long. Fajardo has to scramble and throws to the sideline. It's out of bounds for Powell. So now with 1:27 to go, John Ryan has to come out and he's going to have to kick it away. And I'm sure he's going to be aiming for a corner here with that foot. Shakir Ryan electrified this crowd, this team.
Yeah,
with a return earlier.
Took one back on a solid special teams unit that Dickinson puts out there. And it's like everybody's just taking energy from one another across the league, saying anything you can do, I can do better.
So Schultz will go back to work here. And has time to get it in scoring position. Greg Reed and Shakir Ryan are back.
It's a deep kick. Turn and run.
Right to that coffin corner. Ryan drilled downfield quickly by Lucas Purifoy. Long field on a 53-yard boomer.
Yeah, you can really see what they're trying to do here as this ball's really great directional punt here. Let it go there, and you can watch how they're going to try to set this up there. Let those guys go, and watch how they get outside position. These 2 guys right here, watch how they try to get outside position by letting those guys, and the return's going to come back to them right here. Here they are. They're setting up right there, and he just can't get to the wall. And they had set that up,
Red Duke,
anticipating
Outlaw,
Shakir being able to make that guy miss.
Yeah.
And if it did, it's off to the races again, baby.
Go! 180! 180 shot!
Delayed draw, Jeremiah Johnson. 7 or 8 there. Now another key 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, field left. We got 32. Black, stat, cat. Black, ready?
Hey, just no word on Antonio Pipkin. Matthew Schiltzman enrolled this whole 2nd quarter.
Facebook. Red scat, flat. Here we go, go! 180! 180 shot!
Key down here. Saskatchewan gets it back. Schultz, wide open is Quan Bray. Only needed 3. Got about 23 there. And a flag down in the backfield. Tony Washington argues.
Montreal number
to no
67.
avail.
This is a 10-yard penalty. Will replay 2nd down.
So instead of 2nd down and 2, it's now 2nd and 12.
Yeah, he's right here, and he's trying to handle LeVar Edwards, and well, he just manhandles him and throws him to the ground. And I agree with Tony. I don't see that as holding. I just see that as dominating. I got you on that one, Tony. I'll take that all day if you dominate like that. That's not holding. That's dominating.
We got 23 W fly, Red Ricky Outlaw. Red, ready?
So this is a big down before halftime. Riders make a stop here. They could get the ball back.
Saskatchewan.
And that's why they take a timeout. They can get the ball back in almost automatic scoring position.
Hey, if you can get him off the field, we got a chance to at least get a field goal out of this. Get him off the field, fellas. Get him off the field.
See, I like that. That's a great call.
I'm calling this so we can force him to punt and get a shot here. Get him off the field.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey, what's up? What you got?
Hey, keep your depth on that, bro.
Don't go. Let's go. Hey. Eagle Vortex, y'all right?
Eagle Vortex. 10, Hey, hard count. Hard count. Watch the ball. What? Eagle Vortex, watch the ball. Shabir Fox, watch the ball.
Still seems a little strange seeing him in green and white, but he looks good in green and
I
white.
just like
Solomon
seeing him out there.
Yes,
They're going
sir.
to rush 3 here on 2nd and 12.
Yes, sir. Comes that rush again. Setting up a screen for Stone. And Mike Edom, the former Alouette, penetrates, makes the tackle.
They ended up rushing 4, anticipating the screen.
So now, the Alouettes, they're going to boot it back. What's the thinking here? You're in automatic field goal position. You keep in mind you got a young kicker, though. It hasn't kicked anything over 50 yards.
Yeah, and we know how that kicking game's been going for both sides tonight. So. But yeah, you get any type of return, it's an automatic field goal attempt, and they're going to take 20 seconds off the clock here. You're going to get the ball back without 20 seconds to go once the play's run.
Got some guys coming in looking to block. It's a low driving kick. And it's a short one. Marcus Thigpen played dodgeball there. That is a huge play. Big break for the Alouettes. Thigpen kind of lost that on the hop. 17 to go, and now this could work out for Montreal. Cody Fajardo needs a play of about 15 yards to get in field goal position.
Yeah, BD line drive that one on purpose away from Marcus Thigpen, and that ball kind of knuckled into the ground.
Yeah.
Couldn't field it cleanly, which you want to see. Now they're going to be hard pressed to get in a scoring situation here.
Fajardo's gunning though. Trying to throw behind. This could be the chance for maybe one more play. If you can get it down even to the 41-42, should be in Ferrero's range.
Yeah, it's going to be tight.
How's the hell? You're good.
Consider it takes about 8 seconds of play.
Watch right, yeah. 60, George Mason on one-on-one, ready?
Trying to get a completion.
Yeah, you're going to get another play here regardless of what you want to do, the field goal or going deep with it.
Fajardo caught. First catch for Shaq Evans, who was questionable before this game, and Evans had a monster game last year, so comes down to 3rd down, and only 6 seconds to go. They're gonna take a shot at the end zone.
70, Delta.
Delta, just get on your plane and ride. This is a jet for everybody. Delta. Air Canada. WestJet.
Play, barring penalty, first half. Fajardo is going to throw it over the top for Powell. Clock comes to zeros. So in this year of the return, we just had a first half of the return. 2 fumble recoveries and a punt return. Explosive plays indeed, lots of hitting going on. Tight one here in Montreal on Friday Night Football. Saskatchewan leads by 6. Here's Rod and the gang in the studio.
This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
It's Friday Night Football, yeah! Boys are out here gonna put on a show. Come on!
Field is over there.
Boys are all under the moon tonight putting on a show. There's a lot that's happened. Returns, defense, oh yes, and a quarterback change. Here's John Liu with Montreal head coach Kahari Jones.
Kahari, what did you see in Antonio Pipkin's play that led you to make the quarterback switch in the second quarter?
I just didn't look comfortable in there. Yeah, we weren't seeing things all the way and just making some throws that he should make. He wasn't making it, so we went with Matt.
You're going to stick with Matt the rest of the game, you figure?
Yeah, Matt will be in there.
Okay. Special teams, cover, returns, kicking. How would you rate it after last week's game?
Much better, much better. Well, I mean, we scored on special teams, so that was big, and they're covering pretty well right now, so we just got to keep it up.
Yeah, thanks for this, Kahari.
Thanks.
Friday Night Lights, Friday Night Mics tonight. Hearing a lot of stuff on those microphones. Coaches, quarterbacks. And of course, the 2 number 10s, Enoch Mwamba, Solomon Elamimian. Ferrero with the kick here. Montreal gets the ball here. Shakir Ryan. Dynamite return. By the way, at halftime, Vernon Adams is throwing, but he's not coming into the game, but he was throwing to some of the fans. Watch this. This is at halftime. Having a lot of fun. He should be ready to go soon. Now, this guy throws it back, and we had a mystery receiver. You know who it was? Yes! Sean Liu. Who? Sean Liu. Yes. There he is. Look at him. 1 catch, 5 yards. Longest 5. Way to go, Johnny.
John Liu, you're up. Shinetti, take a seat.
Yeah. Not sure Shinetti would have caught that one. I should say that. That is our boy. Hey, nice catch by. I wouldn't go too far to the sidelines. Put some pads on you. Way to go, Johnny. He's on the sideline tonight. Rod Black, Matt Dunnigan with you. First game of our twin bill.
Here we go. Field right. 22, Black House. Seattle, Connie Bite. Black, ready?
Alouettes down 6. Good starting point.
Go! 180! 180! Hot!
Flag again. Schultz again. And the first catch of the night for Jake Weineke.
Offside. Saskatchewan number 97. That penalty is declined. First down, Montreal.
Hey, way to be smart coming outside.
Jeremy Falk, newcomer, offside. Garden City Community College.
Here we go. 32, Red Jill O'Connie. Red, ready? Back. Oh. Yeah, 30. Go, purple. Alert Peel, Peel. Alert Peel. 180. 180's hot.
Jeremiah Johnson is wrapped up, ripped down by Charleston Hughes. Did not see a lot of offense in that first half, Matty.
No, and you thought that Montreal might have an edge with the running game.
2 off the edge, I got to give.
Because of the depletion of the defensive line of Saskatchewan. It hasn't been the case. They've been a force there. Charleston Hughes leading the way, along with,
here we go, 22.
O'Kine off the edge.
Connie Sink. Red, ready?
Several blitzes in there as well. Quarterbacks didn't see or pick up. They got to be on that. And that's why we see Matthew Schultz right here looking smooth here early in the second half.
Throwing down, 2nd and 10. Here comes the house again. Heat on, ball thrown, tight coverage, incomplete.
That was ridiculously tight coverage.
Ed Gainey on B.J. Cunningham.
That was just ridiculously tight coverage. Pressure in his face. Matthews looking at all hell breaking loose in front of him, and he can feel it. Believe me, you can feel all this happening in front of you. And Matthew tries to throw a strike out there, and the ball's on point. But Ed Gainey is blanketed Cunningham there. That is just a hellacious effort. That is just beautiful there.
Cunningham was slow to get up and on the Saskatchewan sideline, making his way over now to the Montreal bench.
Yeah, and he's looking for his first catch tonight. He's been in lockdown mode. Ed Gainey's been shutting him down, as we see right there.
Guy used to wear the Alouettes uniform, though not this one. You like these duds, huh?
Yeah, I think we both do.
Yeah.
And you see this advertisements and this logo all over the city, and I just love it. Fans are loving it out here, and there's a real good vibe in Montreal right now about this football team. And I'm glad I got to experience this week.
Yeah, it's back for sure. Exciting times, exciting team. Now Boris Paredes had 4 kicks inside the 10-yard line this season. Try to angle this one with Thigpen waiting. And where will they spot this? Outside the 10, looks like. Boy, close to the 20 and just inside the 20 there. Saskatchewan wants it on the other side. That would be an additional penalty if it went out of bounds between the 20s.
Yeah, Boris was standing where he punted the football, watching that intently. Wasn't pleased with the spot. Of course, you got Saskatchewan leveraging over there. You see Mickey Donovan there trying to talk his punter off the ledge there. He thought he had it deeper.
It's a 30-yard punt. Jardo sends out 5 receivers. Quick hitter. Kyran Moore.
That's a lot of
Levels.
That's a lot of work for and precision just to make this play happen here. Kyran Moore, just a quick out. The ball's got to be there. If not, the bell's going the other way. Excuse me, that's Ryan Carter.
And watch Cody Fajardo on his throwing hand here.
No, I don't want to see this. I don't want. Right in the helmet.
The helmet of
Enoch Mwamba.
This guy's a tough hombre, though. Shaq Evans' second catch. Told us yesterday he does never want to come out of a game and will do anything possible.
Enoch coming late here, a little coffee house. Have a coffee, you come in there on a blitz, and he hits it right there. Happened to me twice in '95. I broke my hand, had to have it pinned together twice.
Ooh. Look at his reaction.
Yeah, well, it kind of hurts when you demolish your hand in somebody's helmet. It's good to see him shake that off.
Still moving it, swinging it out. Kyran Moore, Mwamba tags him down. Minimal gain.
Help of the turf monster out there.
Patrick Levels was supplying some heat as well in that backfield.
Yeah, Patrick really playing with a lot of confidence right here off the edge of your screen. He's coming off the top, excuse me. Nice job of laying off.
Second and 9. Offenses have really stalled here tonight. Fajardo spins out of the pocket and out of trouble. You heard the grunt. Plays Houdini. Now you see him. Now you don't. It'll be 3rd and short.
Greg Reed from Florida State finished the deal there finally on Fajardo as he does his Houdini act, like you said, Rod. Just does a little whoop, 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 like a little 360. Watch how this, I mean, sometimes it's just a feel, right? All right, somebody's got to step up. Oh, I got to bail. Oh, geez. There's big boy. Get out of my way. And then.
What?
It's a yard short.
A yard short.
Just a yard short. It's interesting that they wouldn't go for it.
No, they are going for it.
Here we go. That's Bennett out there.
Midfield. John Ryan goes out.
That's Bennett out there in the shotgun formation.
Ryan Bennett, shotgun. They had Ryan out. Bennett's looking to the bench.
3rd and 1 from the gun, baby.
Here it is on Friday Night Football. Gonna let the play clock come down, likely. Trying to get them to jump.
Time count violation.
Smoke and mirrors there.
Saskatchewan number 6. This is a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
They were trying to get Montreal to jump.
Maybe even get Montreal to burn a timeout. Because they, might have the big team. I just had the punt team out there. Then all of a sudden they sprinted formation, so they may just been trying to get Montreal to burn a timeout.
Okay, live to fight another day.
Happen.
No.
Did they? Yeah. All right.
Well, you heard it there. They weren't budging. So now John Ryan lines up.
Timer, please reset the clock to read 9 minutes and 25 seconds.
Just keep that 6 seconds in mind throughout the rest of the ball game. How close it is here. See if that factors
Bring
in.
him down. Let's
Keep
go.
the 6 seconds. Keep the missed point afters.
Yeah.
The field goals in mind.
The missed hot reads.
Almost, and John Ryan gets it away. And the Owls were lucky not to make contact. Shakir Ryan. Ryan to Ryan, and Shakir gives up the Rouge the point. Still a 1-score ball game. Fajardo looks okay. Good news for the Riders. 17-10 Saskatchewan. Yes, it is the year of the return. There are no gizmos, no pinballs, no Johnny Rogers around, but I'll tell you what, there are a lot of fast guys still. And this class of 2019 returners could obliterate the CFL record book.
Collectively, they're going at it. I mean, look at that. Projected 42. That's just ridiculous what we're seeing here. It's almost like
39-10.
a disease or infectious and spreading across the league, and everybody's doing it.
Looks like Saskatchewan jump, maybe a free play here. Felix Faubert-Lucier has his first catch as an Alouette, former Hamilton Tiger Cat.
5-yard completion.
Offside. Saskatchewan number 97. This is a 5-yard penalty. We're going to replay first down.
I think Matthew was asking for the completion.
You could, hey, show him the guy that rolled in. It's number 20.
A little upset with this guy's not being a little overzealous.
So 1st and 5.
Go. 180.
Hearing there might be some lightning around the area here. Schultz now. Boy, throwing it and getting hammered by Sully. Threw that away.
Sometimes it takes him a while to get there because the play's extended, but he's going to get there, and he does on this one. Relentless. 768 coming into the ball game.
Here we go. Hey,
5 more tonight.
32 Elsa. Chuck.
Already
Get your deck.
record breaker, breaking his own record for tackles in a season.
Here we go. Hey, black stat.
Future instant Hall of Famer.
7th all-time Canadian Football League.
Offenses have really sputtered here tonight. Now Schultz on the go. And trying to get to that first down marker. Derek Moncrief just chased him down, hunted him down.
Yeah, this is, I love the effort on both parts here. First, McKenna Henry getting after it. He can't corral Schultz, and Schultz going, I'm going for it. And Derek Moncrief was having a night. Head across just obliterates him into the sidelines. Oh, I love that. You just feel it. It's like visceral. You just feel it, smell it, hear it.
Well, keep in mind, they've already gone to their 3rd string, Matt Schultz. Pipkin uncomfortable tonight, they said. 3rd string quarterback is Hugo Richard, the Canadian, Laval Rouge-Or star.
He's got all kinds of skills I'd love to see.
They don't go for it on 3rd and 2. Beatty spirals the kick down near the 15. Thigpen knocked into the signage. Flag was already down. And then a garage sale on the sideline on Friday Night Football. Last week provided a quartet of thrillers, including this one in Regina. Cody Fajardo, game-winning touchdown against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, going for the cone, as he said, or that pylon. And Fajardo and the Riders celebrate with more. Here's John Liu.
Well, thank you, Rod. And Cody Fajardo admits to being a huge Brett Favre fan and says that his last-minute game-winning drive against Hamilton last week was a Favre moment. However, he says that he's had the good fortune of having real-life models to help him shape his 2- and 3-minute drill skills in Detroit. In 2015 with the Oakland Raiders, it was Derek Carr, and more recently, Ricky Ray in Toronto. Now, Fajardo says that his big play mentality when the game is on the line is simply to ask himself, what will he do to help the team? And then he makes the big moments small by boiling it down to simply focusing on the next completion. And that's what we saw last week. We saw the results in spades, guys.
Spread right ball on the hurry.
Yeah, John. Annie Arsenal has his first catch of the night. Just his 5th of the season. Second in inches. You spend a little time with Cody Fajardo.
I did.
and you walk away having a conversation with this young man, and you feel inspired.
Yeah, you can feel his love of the game, his preparation, understands that it's not a 4.5-hour day.
Montreal defensive line, 5-yard penalty, first down.
We should tell you, Saskatchewan's starting point was where it was because of a hold on the return, so another penalty.
Ray.
Yeah.
44, same trick, hack, wide Casper's the end, W slapjack hammer. 1-on-1, ready?
And Fajardo on that game-winning drive was his first of his career. Probably going to see a lot more of those from that young man.
Brett Favre had 45.
Ain't bad.
Ricky Ray, 43. It has to start somewhere.
Manny's getting into it now.
Look at it. Look at this.
Yeah, you know Manny's physical, and who's he battling with?
Yeah, they're burning up here.
Ground.
They're starting to check him.
Patrick Levels.
He's doing it on purpose.
Mwamba's trying to calm his Sam linebacker down.
Okay. We're going Toledo's green, quad track yaks. 760, W snake, R Robin return, white quail, that's option. 760, well, white quail.
Big second down.
Took a while for that to register with Kyron Moore.
Fajardo spinning again. There he goes, tucking it. Lunging for the first down. What, Cody Fajardo's got that reverse spin move down perfectly there.
Yeah, it's called stepping out of the tire. And he actually had the corner by Kyron Moore and chose not to throw it. Simmons in pursuit, and he's scooting right behind him. Fajardo's going head first, diving for that first down. That's what it's all about. The want to and desire.
Said his high school coach used to have a motto: touchdowns, first downs, get down.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. First time I've heard that come out of a quarterback's mouth.
Spread right,
involved in the game a long
Spread
time.
right, bull on the hurry. Spread right, bull on the hurry.
Something else I heard him say was when he went head first into a pile a couple weeks back. He said that was a selfish play. He's got to be smarter than that. We had talked about that yesterday, and he explained that to me, what it meant to him. And said it's the first time I ever heard a quarterback say that. I just never, that thought process never registered me, and that young man taught me something yesterday.
361, ex-Cali Hawk, Zeke Crow on 1-on-1, ready? Yeah.
Played in the wake of Colin Kaepernick, Nevada. He and Kaepernick responsible for 100 touchdowns. Both of them together, only two guys in college that could do that, rushing and throwing. In and out.
There's another guy in Canadian that's in uniform tonight. Hugo threw for 70 in his career and ran for 30.
Cluster right, 61, W Oakland, Poco, R Splitter, 1 Fox, yes, Reno on 1-on-1, ready?
Reno. Yeah. Going back to his Nevada days.
Yeah. Crowd into it here, 2nd and 10.
319,
Fajardo looking out, not this time, and John Bowman has career sack 128. The wine keeps getting better.
Sometimes you got to go get the sack, and sometimes the sack comes to you. Spinorama's not happening this time. Patrick Levels had him on the other side, flushed him back into big number 7, and Wingate says thank you very much.
John Bowman being pursued on the all-time sack race by Charleston Hughes.
Only 3 back as the night began.
Greg Reed. Uh-oh, look out here. Gets a nice block, but that's coming back. Jamar Jones looking at the official on a hold on that return, but negates a nice return. The vet, John Bowman. 37, 128 career sacks, and a glorious stay in the CFL. Well, welcome back to Montreal. You can see the players now making their way to the locker rooms. We have lightning in the area. There were some thunder boomers earlier today in Montreal. Thought we might avoid it, but that is in the forecast. So we will stand aside in this game as they will await a call from command and from the officials.
We're good.
Mother Nature intervenes. Had a couple of those already this year. So there's a little bit of chirping going on still. Patrick Levels right in the middle of it, but right now they're just going to go back to their locker rooms and wait this out. With some weather in the area. Again, we've had lightning. And had it last week, as a matter of fact, and had a delay. That was just a few moments ago, so clearly you have to step aside and make sure that the crowd also makes its way to the concourses. You don't want to have anybody in the bleacher area, so they'll make that announcement shortly. But unfortunately, it kind of breaks the string of momentum in this game right now with Saskatchewan leading by 7. So again, people will make their way to the concourse area. They want them out of the upper deck and out of the bleacher area. It's not raining, but again, with lightning in and around the mountain here, Mount Royal, there was a possibility of some bad weather blowing in, and guess what? Hey, bad weather and bad temper tonight on both sides.
Yeah, it's been a physical football game, as you would expect, with both of these teams relying heavily on a hard-nosed defense, trying to become more and more physical each week, and they've been able to do it. Quarterbacks have been bearing the brunt. Numbers have not been spectacular today. Rain's starting to come down, and if I'm sitting in the stands in these aluminum stands,
here comes the rain now.
I'm getting out of Dodge.
Yep, skies open up, and it is starting to pour now. I'm not sure how long I'm getting tired of these delays. Lightning rod to lightning rod Smith.
There you go.
There you go. Boys, take it away. We'll be back, we hope, soon.
Saskatchewan up front. AC Leonard not in this game tonight. Micah Johnson not in this game. Zach Evans on the 6th game as well. If you're just joining us, that's the scene in Montreal. We're actually late in the third quarter. There are 3 minutes left in the third quarter with Saskatchewan leading Montreal 17-10. It's not the rain, it's the threat of lightning, which is expected to be striking shortly at Percival Molson Stadium and surrounding area, of course, which has got this game in a weather delay, and we will go there as soon as they get play resuming again.
Welcome back to Montreal. The rain still falls. There's a lightning cell in the area. The CFL has officially declared this game over. The final is Saskatchewan 17, Montreal 10. Lightning in the area.
First I've been involved with. Awfully strange watching the players have to hang it up. And you've got Matthew Schultz there begging with the officials, getting the news there, pleading his case. And then you got the other side of the celebration there, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders go away with the victory.
First time in CFL history, a game that started is not completed because of weather. Saskatchewan wins. Back to Chris and Glenn in Edmonton.